Hey friends, my name is Jake. Welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge, and I've got 2 boxes from White Mountain Knives to share with you this day. I'm recording this in the morning. I just said this morning, but I don't know when I'm going to post this. Here's one of the boxes, and well, the other box is long. I think there's some fixed blades in here. And that stuff came quite fast. I think I'm expecting another box as well. This video is coming a little bit later to you guys than when I actually recorded it. I'm recording it at the end of July, and I just don't want a bunch of unboxing videos right at the start of the month. I'd like to space them out a little bit. Without any further ado, let's get to the tabletop. Well, there might be a commercial break. Only one per video, by the way. Okay, I'm going to use this knife to do the unboxing. This is the QSP Gannet, and yeah, it's a fine blade. I usually don't remember the names of knives for very long, and I ordered these a while ago, so I'm not going to remember the names of these knives necessarily, especially if they have just model numbers and not names, so that's just how it goes. Ontario Knife Company, BESTECH, MKM, Manigo Knife Makers, that is, CRKT. We've got GANZO, we've got CIVIVI, we've got KIZER, and we've got CONDOR. So let's start with CONDOR. Let's move these back, close this box. Knife, it's not a box. And let's see what we got in here. Nice leather sheath. And there's a sticker in here. I might just put that on my walker. I like that. I'm going to put that on my walker. Yes, I will. And yeah, that's taped shut. There you go. I think this is 440C if I remember correctly. The model number, the model name should be on the screen. It's a little thicker behind the grind than I would have liked, but a nice point for piercing. A good finger choil up here. Very grippy jumping up here. Maybe over grippy, we'll find out when I make the video. 2 hollow pins and 1 solid pin up there, and a lanyard tie off at the back. And wood handle scales with a red liner. There we go. I like my fixed blade knives. Yeah, that's a tight fit in there. I'll have to stretch that out after a while. It didn't have the knife in there during shipping, so that's probably why. And this kind of belt loop, you can easily add a dangler to that if needed. Let's check out the KIZER. This KIZER this is a White Mountain Knives exclusive. It's the Swayback. If you remember the Swayback by Swags design. If you remember the Malaya, boy oh boy, my brain just can't say words. She's the same designer of this knife. This is also not a large knife. Let's see what's in this package here. There we go. We've got a microfiber cloth. I don't do the unboxing. I don't show unboxing stuff when I make my reviews. So if you watch a review of something and you want to know what the unboxing was like, you'll have to go back and find the unboxing. I do unboxings for almost everything. Not absolutely everything, but almost everything. There you go, the Swayback, flipper, button lock. So the button lock is really just a fancy liner lock system that you push on the outside instead of pushing on the inside. Other than that, it works very much the same way. It's not identical, but very much the same way. Let's see how good this thing is with the... Oh, very smooth. Very smooth. And a tiny bit side-to-side play out of the box. Yep, a nice Wharncliffe style blade. Oh, I think I didn't turn this on, did I? Oh, that'll improve things. Sorry about that, guys. But there's the Swayback Micarta. 154 cm blade. Model number is V356E1. You can see right there where the lock is holding it when it's closed. But it flips out really well. It's just about trying to treat it like a liner lock. Nice blade centering. Good grip on this micarta. And the Swags logo on the pocket clip. Now that we've got better light, let's pull this out. There you go. That's what this guy looks like. Put that to the side. Here we go, the Manigo knife makers. It's got a factory seal still on it. Oh, this was just a little sheath that I ordered. There you go. It's a little more orange or pinky orange, salmon kind of color. I like to carry small knives, and something like this is a great way to carry a small knife. There's a magnet there, so it's held on by magnet. Not sure what I think about that. We'll find out as I use it. This will not get a full-length video, certainly not a 20-minute video, but it'll get a video made in Italy. Looks like it's vegetable tanned leather in Toscana. CRKT. What am I doing buying a CRKT? I don't like CRKT. Well, CRKT is coming out with some nicer stuff every once in a while. And a number of you have seen the CEO, and I decided to get a CEO. It's a nice shape that I like. Thumb stud deployment, which I like. It is a tip up pocket clip. Oh, sorry, tip down pocket clip. You take a month off and your brain goes for a walk, doesn't it? Let's see. Oh, there you go. Now that I got it in the right spot. It's not no, it's not assisted. Didn't think it was assisted. And I forget what steel this is. I think it's 8CR13, something cheap, but it's not 7CR17. I don't like 7CR17. But a nice black wash on here, and 7096 YGK is the model number. It's got ball bearings, and now, Ontario Knife and Tool, the makers of the Ontario Rat. This is a very inexpensive knife right now, and I like to do some very inexpensive knives every once in a while on this channel. This is a polycarbonate. It's a lockback knife with thumb studs. Okay, it doesn't want to fly open because it's got a strong spring pushing on it the whole time. Very slight. Yeah, they sharpened it enough in here that there's a slight recurve. It's actually quite poorly sharpened, it looks like. It's quite wavy along there, especially in this section here. It's called the Wraith, and it's got 4116 stainless steel, which is a very corrosion-resistant stainless steel. It's got lots of chromium in it, and it's not a very hard steel in terms of, it's around 56, usually around 56 on the Rockwell scale, which means you can sharpen this out in the field if you just have a stone or something. Very light, And, you know, because it's very corrosion resistant, this could be a good blade, you know, to put in bug out bags, you know, if you've got several of them or something, just knives that are put away to use in case of emergency, maybe a glove box, because it might be a while since you last saw it and you don't want it to have rusted all the way. And it'll hold a decent enough edge for, you know, a while. And it's nice and light, doesn't get in your way. Looks like a decent clip, we'll see. It points up, so it might be hot in the hand. We'll find out. GANZO FB knife. This is the FB727S. That's the small one, so talk about the Ontario Rat. This knife was modeled after the Ontario Rat. And GANZO always likes to give you a little bag. And this has got that deep blue-gray G10 access lock. And yeah, that's what it looks like. I'll just pull out my 727M. So there you go. This is a little smaller than the largest Ontario Rat. And so this is more like the small Rat. Similar, it actually might be a tiny bit smaller. I haven't compared them hand to hand. But there you go. I quite like these knives by GANZO. And I just found out that they've got, it's a different series. Is it FD? Anyway, these were made initially with 440C, which both of these are, but you can now find these with D2 steel. So if you're a fan of D2 steel, you can get a number of GANZO knives now in D2 steel, and White Mountain Knives has some of those, and other stores will have them as well. Decent blade centering, a nice small knife, which I quite like small knives. I like large knives too. BESTECH, simply the best. This is the Lizard. It's got D2 steel. And move that over. I've got natural G10, the natural G10 version with blackwash, and that's a dark blackwash. A little bit of oil showing up right there. So they lubed it quite well. A liner lock knife. And it's a flipper. Oh, yeah. It's got a little bit of, I don't know if you can hear that or not. So I don't know if the lube's all in the exact right spot. But it's a cool looking knife. Let's see. Yeah, the detent is very hard on this one. I can soften it up, but the detent is a little bit too hard for me to, well, I got it flicked out that time. I think the detent is a little bit strong, but it can be flicked out. There's a texture on this G10. You can see that, you can feel the lines that are milled along it, and it is 3D milled. You can see that on the end shot right there. No lanyard option on this little guy either. Yeah, that's not comfortable, but that's very comfortable. So, yeah. I've often said knives are great, big knives are great, but we tend to use the first 1.5 to 2 inches near the heel of the blade and the first 1.5 to 2 inches from the tip of the blade. So a knife that's over 4 inches has a lot of steel that we don't use that awful much of, you know, unless it's a machete or something. But this knife has got about 2 inches from the heel and about 2 inches from the tip, which means it's a great size for actually using. Of course, I like bigger knives too, you know, something like this. I think this is a little over 3, maybe 3.5 inches, I forget. Anyhow, I don't want to take too terribly long. Let's open this guy up. CIVIVI. This is the, I don't know how everybody's saying that, because I haven't watched any videos on any of these. the Ki-V, Ki-V, again, another small knife, and it's sealed again. And of course, like CIVIVI usually does, you've got a pouch and a microfiber cloth and some stickers. Oh, one sticker, that's just a label. And it's a tiny knife. I like tiny knives even better, than small knives. I thought this was going to be a little bit bigger, but this is a great style. It's almost a Kiridashi style blade. Not quite, but almost. It's a slip. Is it a double detent slip or a single yeah, it's a double detent slip. All in black. I like that. And, as long as your index finger is along this section here, it can't close on your finger. If you move your finger back, then maybe, but... And a nice deep clip. Very nice. 3D milled handle. I am liking what I see here a lot. Now I'm going to clear off this table and make room for the other box. Here's the second box. Let's get to opening this guy now. Oop, this stuff. Not a big fan of that stuff, but it's better than some of the ones that I've had. Okay, this is a WeKnives lanyard. Might be just a bonus item. HARNDS, CIVIVI, another HARNDS, another KIZER. Did I order this guy twice? No, this is a different KIZER. And I finally have a honey badger. This is my first time getting a honey badger. And KUBEY. Oh, and another lanyard from WeKnives. There we go. So, let's take a look at these lanyards first. I'll probably use these as prizes for people, but I'd like to take a look at them. It is sealed. I don't use lanyards a lot, so I'll give them away to Patreon supporters and such if they're interested in them, if they're the Patreon winner and things. There looks like a brass CIVIVI, why is my brain blank? Bead. A CIVIVI bead. It does say we and CIVIVI there. And then there's no label at all on this lanyard. But it's that cube kind of tied up lanyard. Empty cordage. I don't know why paracord lost. I've lost the word paracord out of my brain. Okay, KUBEY. This is the 00, is it on the screen? 003C. I'm not familiar with that model number. It was a different model number when I ordered it. Oh, this looks like it was a return. But it looks like it's in unused condition. Nice deep pocket clip. And the pocket clip goes right or left. A lanyard hole. Flat G10. It's kind of a grayish tan color. Oh, that's nice. We've got a sort of, well, a modern take on the Tanto style blade. A little bit like the Asian Tanto or Japanese Tanto. Very slight recurve on this section. It's a flat grind that comes up Not all the way, but most of the way. D2 steel. That looks like it's bead blasted. Liner lock. Lockup looks good. Nice lockup, yeah. Good blade centering. Good action. Yep. Very good action. Wants to close. Quite nice indeed. Put it over there. And time for the KIZER. This is the Grazioso. The Grazioso, a 3.35 inch blade, model number V4572N2. It's got N690 blade, steel blade, and it's a brass and G10, I believe. Oh, brass and micarta handle. I saw this and I just had to get one of these. Yeah, it's got the weight of having brass on there, that's for sure. A brass backspacer. No lanyard feature, which I don't miss. Deep carry clip. I like brass and I like micarta. This is a very fine linen micarta. Ooh, very nice. A little bit of a recurve here. Nice sharpness toil, nice clip point here. High flat grind. That is nice. I've not had mini KIZER knives in the last couple of years, or the last year or so, I should say. That's got good action. Yep, nice smooth. Quite like that a lot. I'll have links for everything that you've seen in this video down below. And let's see what else. We've seen what KIZER includes. It's basically a microfiber cloth and a flyer of the stuff that they make. And the price for this, I thought, was within the range, you know, especially if you take your 10% off, then I believe this guy is under $60 US if you take the 10% off, which sort of was my cutoff point for the year. Or was that last year? Oh, brain fart deluxe. HARNDS. Let's take a look at this HARNDS. This HARNDS, there we go, sometimes puts their stickers on. More recently, they've been starting to put their stickers on. So this is the Maverick CK9503 Bx D2 steel, black and blue G10, satin finish blade, and let's take a look at it. There's several other brand new HARNDS knives as well that just came out recently, especially at White Mountain Knives. They've got them just recently. Look at that. I like this big full flat grind. Nice sharpness toil. Big blocky jimping up here. Good grip on that jimping. A little bit of jimping on the handle. And at the back of the handle, and even back here, you've got a nice lanyard tie-off with jimping on it for, you know, a nice reverse grip. Even a reverse pull grip. You put your thumb right in there. That's not bad. Feels really good in my hand. The Maverick with D2. Yet HARNDS has a history of using, you know, silly fonts. And there you go. It's got the silly font right there that says Maverick and D2 on there. But the knife itself looks and feels quite nice. And the pocket clip is right and left. Yep, right and left. Quite like that. Lockup is good. No blade play. Good alignment. Nice weight. I like that. The other HARNDS that we have is the Harvest. The Harvest model number CK9179YE-S Sandvik 14C 28N stainless steel. Comes in several colors, including this bright yellow. I've had the Wind by HARNDS in this bright yellow as well. Nice jimping on the spine, inset lanyard hole, G10 backspacer there. Right and left pocket clip, deep carry. anodized blue pivot collar, flipper. Oh, great action. I like that, and I love 14C28N. And it's a little bit small for forward choil for my size hand, but not terrible, but it's reasonably comfortable this way as well. This is a large choil here. Very nice. A nice flat grind again. A two-step clip point. We've got a flat part here, and then it steps and changes the angle right where my nail is. The angle changes. Sorry, I wasn't close enough to the camera. Then it comes down a little bit more there. But thick behind the grind, so strong tip. Nice weight. I like that. And finally not finally for today, I'll do the CIVIVI last. Which honey badger did I get? Well, I got the HB 1058, and here it says FMNC D2 Blue. So a flyer and a nice case here and a tool. Well, you can see the tool right there. Torx tool for taking it apart. And this is FRN, fiber reinforced nylon, left and right pocket clip, deep carry. You can open it by the hole or the flipper. A good action. I like that. That's very good action. Oh. And of course the flipper should work just fine as well. Yep. Nice liner lock. Lockup's good. It doesn't really feel like blade play. It's just flex because the liners are inset and quite thin. And then FRN, it just has a bit of a side-to-side flex, but not a blade play right in the pivot itself. There is a lanyard hole, and you've got that honeycomb badger finish there with their logo on the side. Very lightweight. I think this is the medium size. All right. And now, finally, I already have that open. There we go. And there we go. CIVIVI bag. It's got the big knife. And you've got your lanyard again. I mean, your microfiber cloth. And another sticker. 2 stickers. And what's the name of this guy again? I forget what the name of this guy is. This is the Mastodon. G10 and 9CR18 MOV stainless steel. Not terribly expensive. You can see some oil residue on there. Deep carry clip that's right and left. Lanyard hole, flipper, and she's a big cleaver. I am going camping with my daughter and our grandkids, her husband, of course, and our grandkids in a couple of weeks, and I think I might just bring this along to help with food prep. That looks great. Stonewash, a nice coarse stonewash. Good detent. Good action. It's a little heavy, so it takes a little bit of flipping with your finger to make it flip out, but she goes. Oop, get it past the middle there, and that'll smooth out even more. Typical CIVIVI hardware. I'm sure it's got ball bearings in there. They all do these days from CIVIVI. The forward choil, like I said on the other knives, a little bit small for my liking. So there we go. We've got a lot of knives that we looked at today. Till next time, remember friends, cut towards your chum, not your thumb. Bye for now.